Hello and welcome to this presentation of iPad2Sage. My name is Ara Martirossian and I'm going to be running you through the key features of our Contractors Module. This module is aimed at contracting companies that have workers out in the field and they want to capture their timesheets, allow them to raise purchase orders, look at deliveries and proofs of delivery and things like that. So let's have a look at this, the module in question, to look at some of the key features. So the modules that are included are things like works orders, which allow you to keep details of the work that you're carrying out on a particular client site, and it's by default it can capture signatures and pictures and things like that and send off PDF documents of work carried out. It allows you to raise purchase orders, and again you can capture things like signatures and images and so on, and all of this stuff gets imported into Sage, which we'll have a look at in a second. You can tag transactions with projects, so in this particular case I'm using the Sage 50 project data so that we've got some information to look at when we import things into Sage. And on the back of that there's a project inquiries facility which allows you to scroll through various different projects, look at all their timesheets, purchase orders, works orders, dispatch notes, and just click on to the detail to look at the details. And finally we've got the timesheet module, and the timesheet module then allows you to capture time that you've spent on a particular project. So to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise a purchase order using an iPhone. So here's my iPhone, and as you can see the purchase orders is the only thing that is open at the moment. So I'm just going to go in here, and these are previous purchase orders that have been raised. I'm just going to raise a new one. And that's for today. It's a purchase order for today's date. I'm going to buy it from Concept, and I'm going to associate it with Project 1, and I'm going to be buying 5 planks of wood at £20, total £120. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a contact in there. I can put an email in there. I'm just going to put a signature in here. There we go. So that's the signature all done, and when I say done to that, that's the purchase order all ready and sorted. So okay, that's the purchase order done. I'm just going to now log out of that. So that's done and dusted, and that's used on an iPhone. So now let's go and create a timesheet using a browser. So again, I can log in as the timesheets user. And having done that, it then opens up the interface that's available to me, and in this particular case the only thing that's available to me is a timesheet. Everything else is grayed out. So I'm going to go into the timesheet, and these are previous timesheets that I've put in, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a new timesheet in here, and I'm going to say this was for yesterday for argument's sake. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, right, I worked on project 1 and I fixed a door, and that took me 2 hours to do. And I worked on project 2, and I polished a desk. Oops. And it's got spell checker built into it as well. So there's my 6 hours for that, giving me a total of 8 hours. That's it, done and dusted, and all I now need to do is just there's the 8 hours that I've put in. I'll now just go and log out of the solution. That's it, so that's me logged out. So if I now go in here, I've got some purchase order information, and I've got some timesheet information, and the way I've done this is to allow me to import it with just one click. So if I go into the timesheet imports here, this is now showing me all of the timesheets. If I look at the new ones, it'll then go and bring back the ones that I had, and I can go in here and delete any extra lines that may be there, and then I can then just tidy this up before importing it into Sage. And I can see everything's got codes and things on it. So all I do is literally press one button, and what that will do is it will say, okay, who do you want to send the timesheet information to? And that can be obviously someone local or your accounts department remotely, and normally it would be someone in an admin capacity or a manager capacity who would be carrying this out on a daily, weekly basis. And that timesheet has now been sent to accounts, as you can see down here. So the email has now arrived, and the way I've configured the system is that the Outlook will then automatically import this into Sage and give us a report of everything that has been imported. So there it is. There's the log file that's come in, and we can see that we have imported timesheets 5186, 5187 into the Sage system. So if I come out of this, I can go and have a look at which project was it, projects 1 and 2. Go into Sage, go to projects, look at project 1, and look at the activity on that, and I can see, here we go, polish the desk, fix the door, and so on. Very simple, automatic, and dead easy. So let's go and have a look at the purchase orders. So exactly the same way, I'll go to the admin console, look at the purchase orders that are available. I'll just quickly refresh that, and this is looking at all the transactions. What I'm going to do is just look at the new ones which we've just done, and there we go, they're the planks, the 5 that we bought. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to export that to Sage, and it says again, what's the email for the accounts department, and that's now going to send an email to ara@red-it.co.uk. And again, the way I've configured the system is that as soon as that information arrives, it's going to be automatically imported into Sage. So in the background, what's going to happen is there's going to be a new purchase order that's going to be raised on Con 001, and that will then allow us to go and have a quick look at it. And here's the log file that's occurred. There's the purchase order, and purchase order 549 has just been imported. So let's go and have a look at that. Go to Sage, go to purchase orders, refresh the screen, and there it is. Open that up, and there we are. Those are the planks that have just been raised as a purchase order, and we can then process those as we would do normally. And that's pretty much it. And in terms of configuration, you can get this thing up and running in 10-15 minutes, and there's a video which shows you exactly how to do that. So what are the major benefits of the Contractors module? Where it's very, very easy to use. It saves you time and money. It has an automatic link into Sage, so there's no more rekeying. It eradicates error. Incredibly easy to set up. Typically it's less than a day to install it, set it up, train, and allow you to use it. It can be very easily changed, and you can use the solution from a browser, an iPhone, an iPad, a PC, or a Mac, so it's cross-platform. There are also various different add-ons. So there's a document management module which allows you to capture and share documents with your team both in the office and on the road. There's an authorization module in case particular transactions need to have signators before being approved. And there's also the ability to link it to our other portfolio of products, in particular things like Excel to Sage, which allows you to automate the imports from Amazon, eBay, or any other system that generates transactions for you. Thank you very much for your interest in iPad2Sage, and in particular the Contractors module. Please feel free to contact me if you've got any queries, or if you'd like to discuss your requirements, and to also arrange a free trial. Thank you.